I built a replica of the Rust AK that not only looks exactly like the AK in game, but also is a fully functional airsoft gun. And in this video, I'll show you how I built it. For those that don't know, this is what the Rust AK looks like, and the first thing I have to do is find an airsoft gun that matches the dimensions of the Rust AK as closely as possible. And here's the airsoft gun that I decided on. It's a pretty standard AK model. My plan is to strip this completely down, only keeping the parts that are necessary for it to function as an airsoft gun, like the gearbox, barrel, hop up, the magazine, and battery, and then replace everything else with parts to make it look like the Rust AK. The next step is to create the 3D model that both needs to house all of the airsoft internals and look exactly like the Rust AK. And here I'm showing the finished model, but in reality this took many iterations to actually get working. After 3D printing all of the parts, I decided the first thing I wanted to tackle was how to make the main body actually look like metal. And I decided on using this metallic paint that actually has iron embedded in it, and just applying a heavy coat to all the parts that needed to look like metal. To make the parts look even more like metal, I figured out that if I sanded them with iron wool, it would take all the high spots and turn it this really cool silver color. The next part of the AK I decided to make was the stock. And in game, this is actually the handle of a shovel. So as a base coat, I used a metallic paint. And then over top of that, I mixed this pinkish orange paint that I sprayed over top. And then after letting that dry, I scraped off certain sections, revealing the metal beneath, giving a weathered look. Next, to make the parts of the AK that are supposed to look like wood, I used a wood 3D printer filament. I then took these parts and sanded them down and used a real wood stain to give them a yellowish wood look, similar to what they look like in game. The last part to make before actually assembling the AK was a small circuit board that would allow me to fire the AK from a 3.3 volt signal while still functioning completely normally using the trigger. Now with the metal body, the stock, the wooden parts, and the circuit board finished, it's time to actually assemble the AK. A few of the other features I included is an adjustment for the hop-up, a selector for safe, full auto, and semi-auto, an access door to recharge the battery, and the ability to provide 3.3 volts so a computer can fire the gun, which I'm planning on utilizing in a future project, and if you play Rust, you definitely know what that means. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Rust AK. If you did, make sure to like the video, and if you want to see future videos similar to this, make sure to subscribe, and that's it.